this is my review of Happy Sugar Life. Okay, so this episode was very exposition heavy. So where do I start? So first off, Satou knows that Taiyo knows about Shio and actually leaves him a hidden message in a small pamphlet, claiming to check up on him while he's out of work, and actually hands him a pamphlet which has a special message asking him if he wants to meet Shio. And so it's because Shio actually told her about how she met Taiyo. So now she's kind of covering all her bases, pointing out, I know that you know. So you want to make it happen or what? I mean, there's probably more sinister intentions going on. For right now, I'm just gonna assume that there's just like, hey, you know about Shio. Would you like to meet her? But yes, Satou knows about Taiyo's knowing now. So, yeah. Also, this episode primarily focuses on Shoko. So Shoko is Satou's best friend. That's been established a million times over at this point. But shortly after leaving Taiyo's house, she actually runs into Asahi, who asks her if she knows anything about Shio, and when she says no, he thanks her for her time, then passes out. And she gives him some food, which is revealed later in a flashback, to help his stomach because it's revealed that he's not eating. So the next day at work, Shoko tries to get to know more about Satou's personal life and fails miserably. At which point she goes to meet Asahi, finds out that he's sleeping under a bench, yells at him, then gives him some more food so that he doesn't pass out again. And also finally asks the question of what happened to Shio and what does Shio mean to him and if he's her family. And then we actually get a flashback from Asahi's perspective about what happened. So he explains that Shio is basically the moon to him. She's his one and only. She's unique. She's special. And also points out that also is pointed out in the flashback that he sent his mother and Shio away to protect them from his father. And it's revealed in this flashback that his father went beyond being physically abusive. He was outright sadistic. Yeah, case in point, shortly after Shio and Asahi's mom left, his father proceeded to rip his fingernails off for lying to him. So yeah, this goes well beyond just being an abusive father. He's outright sadistic because he believes that physical violence is the only way to get what he wants, and will resort to any form of physical violence. Apparently, case in point, he somewhat rips Asahi's fingernails off, and Asahi had to suffer through that for 5 years amidst the hushed whispers of everybody else who has the wrong impression of what actually happened with his mother. We know that he sent them away to live peacefully away from his father until he could reunite with them, but nobody else seems to know that. And I don't blame them. They wouldn't know. They wouldn't know that information. They wouldn't know what actually happened. All they know is, hey, the mother left. She might be a terrible mother. That's basically what their train of thought is. They think she's terrible. She's a terrible mother because she left her kid. But it's like, no, the son made her leave so that he could keep her safe. We know that, but the other people don't know that. But yeah, he suffers that way for 5 years until his father finally succumbs to alcohol poisoning from drinking so much. At which point he finally goes to meet with his mother and Shio and tell them the good news, except he found out that Shio has long since wandered off, presumably now living with Satou, and also that his mother has gone into a spiraling depression because of it, because she couldn't keep her one job was to keep Shio safe, and she couldn't do it. So she kind of led her into a spiraling depression and a bit of a mental instability. And that's when he started leaving posters all over the place to try and find Shio. At which point he finally snaps out of his flashback and runs off to go home. Well, home, quote unquote. We don't know actually if he still lives with his mother or not, but he leaves home and before telling Shoko, hey, keep an eye out for this girl before and let me know if you see her. because pointing out that he doesn't want to be a day late and a dollar short like he was before. And Shoko realized, after hearing what Asahi had to say, realized that she has been kind of a coward as of late, and actually finally decides, hey, you know what? Let me hang out with Satou like we used to, and then she does. Throughout their many conversations throughout the day, she begins to deduce that Satou doesn't really have a boyfriend like she claims, and there's something else going on. Because at this point, Shoko begins to suspect that something is not right with Satou, and even tells her as much, over a drink, pointing out that she just want to try and help Satou with her situation, but only if Satou will let her in. And Satou initially refuses, but then Shoko pours her heart out to her, pointing out that she loves her more than anybody, pointing out that she is her best friend, and loves her more than she could any guy. So, and Satou is so moved by her that she actually agrees to let Shoko in and take her to her house, and all that implies. And also as a little side plot through this episode, it's revealed that Daisuke has in fact after several attempts concluded that Satou did indeed kill her aunt, and that's why we haven't seen her. But who knows? We never really have gotten a confirmation on that. So I'm assuming that's going to be a late series twist. Like, it's revealed that her aunt isn't actually dead. I would assume that would be the twist they would go through, because it doesn't seem like that would be. It doesn't seem like Satou would kill the person who taught her about love. But that's just my 2 cents. But it doesn't seem like Satou would kill people close to her, especially the person who taught her about love and how love works, even if it is a bit demented and twisted in the way that Satou now sees it. But yeah, I do doubt that that's actually what happened. I'm assuming it's just some random guy that she wound up killing and stuffing his body into a bag. Because it should be noted that she doesn't actually live with her aunt anymore. She doesn't live in the same apartment. Because people have been piling it up and nobody's noticed, yet we've never seen any mail actually piling up at Satou's doorstep. So it begs the question of, is the aunt actually alive? Or did Satou kill her, or did she just die of old age and is just kind of there? But yeah, it's an interesting question, and one that I'm assuming will eventually get answered. But yeah, for right now, I'm interested. I'm interested to see how this is going to play out. So Satou has opened up to Shoko finally, but I think there's some ulterior motives there, and she's also opened up to Taiyo again with presumably ulterior motives. But yeah, it's going to be interesting seeing how this plays out. And also we do get a bit of lore and exposition in this episode. So there's that. This episode was very exposition heavy, and that's mainly what the episode was. It was an exposition dump without actually being an exposition dump, and I appreciate it when, and I usually appreciate it when shows take the time to explain things that are just kind of haven't been explained properly, or were alluded to but never actually explained outright. But yeah, if you have seen this episode of Happy Sugar Life, what did you guys think? Let's get a discussion going in the comment section down below, or over on my Discord server, link in the description. Either way, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And also be sure to follow me on Facebook and on Twitter in the description below to keep up to date with what's going on with the show. And I post updates over there, as well as a couple of things that I find. So be sure to check this out in the description. And also, if you want to help support the show, then also check out my Patreon description as well. It's only a couple bucks a month, and I give you guys a bunch of perks that you guys can benefit from, so that we can both benefit. You give me money, I give you free stuff. That's basically how it works. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!